What's up, everybody? It's a Chill Scrub. It's another video. It's another workout video. Chest day, the best day, my favorite day, and today's workout was pretty tough. But let's go ahead and get into the topic. Can we change the narrative of gamers or just FGC players in general, since I'm mostly a part of the FGC? Can we actually change the opinions of others? And what I mean by the opinions of others is the stereotypes that come along with being just a gamer in general. What I mean is the sweaty, nerdy, lame dude that can't get any women, that doesn't make a lot of money, that's pretty much dirty, you know, that's not well kept. Can we change those narratives? And the reason why I'm making this video is due to some circumstances that happened recently, right? And I just started over. I'm like, this guy named Red Ranger Power Up is the epitome of everything that everyone says. And what I mean by everyone says, it's the small sample size of people that I talk to on a regular basis, or just random people I talk to outside of just gaming. You know, very introverted, so I don't like social interactions a lot, but when I do, I just like to chop it up and see where people are coming from, right? And the general consensus is that a lot of people will not date gamers. And when I look at people like Red, I can understand why. You stream 11 hours a day, you don't take care of your body, you're obese, you don't get any women, your financial setting is not the best. I'm not saying it has to be perfect. I'm not shitting on anybody that works a 9 to 5 or anything like that. I'm not saying you have to be a high value man, but when I look at it, Red isn't too far off, or Red Ranger Power Up isn't too far off from what I see from the average gamer, right? And I'm not going to lie to you, at one point I wasn't as big as Red or anything like that, but the mentality that Red had, I had it when I was like 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then you eventually you just grow up, right? You know, you start wanting better, you know. But a reason why I think personally that we cannot change the narrative when it comes down to the FGC players or just gaming in general is because when you think of gaming, me personally, I think it's a form of escapism. The problem I see with gaming is that a lot of people use it to escape from their problems instead of dealing with them. You know, there's nothing wrong with you dealt with your problems, you paying your bills, you handling your life situations, and then you come to the game with a clear mind, right? It's a whole nother ball game when you're using it to escape your problems. Let's say rather it be women, right? Let's say women, for example. You don't get any women, so you put all this time into video games, right? Can we just change that narrative? Like, and what I see in the FGC is it's a lot of promotions of just people, let's say like a guy like Red streaming 11 hours a day, grinding it out, right? With no pay for it. And then a lot of people aspire to be something like that. And I'm like, that's not a good idea, right? And especially in this heavily left, I would say non-masculine culture that we live in now, anything that is deemed masculine, especially when your consumer base is a whole bunch of dudes that play video games, is wrong, right? Let's take me, for example, me lifting weights, right? I've been accused of taking steroids, which I don't. I've been accused of many things. I get accused of being a meathead that lacks any kind of intellect or anything like that just because I simply lift weights and I take care of my physique, right? Now, anybody who's watched this channel will know, if you look at my older videos, I was a lot bigger than what I am now. It's just a lot of hard work that comes into it. I'm trying to figure out, why can't we change the narrative and promote more healthy lifestyles, right? I can personally tell you from my experiences, just by me changing my body made me change a lot of things along with it. It changed my body. I changed my body. I changed the way I eat. I changed the way I look at things. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I still have a lot of things that's going on with me that I try to fix every day. Like, the biggest thing with me right now is my consistency, right? And I know that's been a problem with me all throughout my life, and I try to fix that now. By going to the gym, it helps fix that problem. Why can't we change that narrative? Why do we have to be the guys that are, you know, antisocial, can't get no women, terrible living situations, obese, don't care for ourselves, incel? Like, why do we have to be like that, right? And why does anytime anyone that goes out their way to change that narrative, why are they the ones that are ostracized from gaming in the FGC? This is a question I really want to ask to everybody. Why is that ostracized? Why can't you be good at both? I'm not saying that I myself are proficient at everything. You know, I work out pretty hard, and I don't plan on being like this super tournament winner. I don't want to be that. That's not my lane. But I am a avid gamer. I'm pretty well versed in a lot of games, just like I'm very well versed in a lot of things in life. Why can't we promote other attributes? Me personally, I do guitar, I do piano, I lift weights. I like a lot of intellectual things. I just don't like doing one thing. But when it comes down to gamers, and it comes down especially to the FGC, because it's just a niche of gamers, they get typecasted to being this one thing and this one thing only. And the problem I have with it is not necessarily that they're typecasted. My problem is that they really lean into it, right? And that's fine if that's what you want to do. But when I talk to FGC players, or when I talk to gamers by themselves, they don't want to be that. They don't want to be the guy that doesn't get laid. They don't want to be the guy that doesn't get girls. They don't want to be the guy that doesn't make any money. They don't want to be the guy that can't dress. They don't want to be the weak guy. They don't want to be none of this crap, right? And the craziest thing about it is, a lot of times it's not the desire that they lack, it's just the actual guidance, you know. And I look at myself, and and I could just give you a prime example. A lot of the times when I look at my younger self, I'm like, I was very misled, and I didn't have a good masculine role model. I'm not saying I need to be a top G, or everybody needs a top G or something like that. I'm just saying that a lot of people just need a good role model in general, especially a lot of these dudes that go to these games. A lot of these dudes get called incels and weirdos, and then trust me, I look at the Twitter and they do a lot of degenerate shit. I'm not going to sit there and act like they don't. But at the same time, nobody asked the question of why are they really into this degenerate crap. Do you really think that people are going to be into this stuff that they are on Twitter? I'm trying to like phrase it where I don't have to say certain things, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. When niggas be on the hub and stuff, do you really think that they would be on that if they could actually pull women? Think about it. Do you think that the average gamer or FGC member would really be into the wild stuff they in? You think they would be really aggressive as they are online if they had a stable relationship and they was really confident with themselves and they was really happy with their body? I guarantee you that would not happen. I am a prime example. Don't get me wrong, I still check people for being mad disrespectful, but I often ask the question why? And why is this narrative never changing, right? Another thing I realized too, everybody profits from these dudes staying exactly the same. A lot of people like to say that these gamers and FGC members are broke, and I will be the first to tell you that's a lie. They're not broke, they just have poor habits with money that eventually makes them broke. Think about it, these people have enough money to buy RTX 3090s, they have enough money to buy PS5s, enough money to buy Tekken 7, Tekken 8, every season, Tekken 8 codes and all this other stuff. They have the money, it's just where they distribute it is the problem, right? So when you have a person that has a surplus of money with no guidance and no self-confidence, and they put all their money into video games, as I was expressing earlier, they just have no other route and nobody's telling them any other route, or the people that are trying to sell them the route of you can do this and do that, it seems so unattainable, it doesn't seem realistic. Well, of course they're not going to have any money, or of course they're going to be broke by societal standards. But really sit there and think about it. And of course these people that are selling these people these games and shit like that, of course they want you to sit there and be a loser. Yeah, you can't get no women, but you sure can do that combo on Tekken 7. Or you sure can do that combo on Street Fighter 6. And on top of that, it tends to be a huge echo chamber in the FGC especially, where I look at the average FGC gamer and they're heading towards morbid obesity. Obesity set aside, morbid obesity, where you have a dude that's like 5'7", that's 270 pounds. You should at least be like 140, 150. 270 pounds is absolutely absurd. And nobody cares about that. They just care about if you're good at the game or not. And yeah, you should be good at the game if you're going to be in the FGC, and that's what you take seriously. But what good is being good at the FGC if you're dead? What good is being good at the FGC if you're overweight and you can't take care of anything, and you're not happy because your lifelong thing is to have kids and a family, right? And I look at, and this is why I want to change the narrative so bad, because I'm realizing that like a lot of these games are robbing people of their lives, right? A lot of people that are 20 something, late teens, they're thinking, yeah, man, I'm gonna hop into these games, especially this whole esports thing. I'm gonna be an esports guy, and I'm not knocking that. If you really want to do that and you have the skill to do what it takes to do that, but please try to have a balanced life. Have a job, have other things that you do outside of that. And please do not use games, just like don't use the weight room as an excuse to, vent your frustrations out or just let yourself go. Like, no, please do what you can. I'll be the first one to tell you, as a person who lifts weights all the time, it can only do so much, right? And I realize that a lot of people, when it comes down to changing the reason why, it's just too much damn work. A lot of people in the FGC, they don't want to admit it. It's too much work, and there are certain gaps in life that they didn't bridge earlier in what like they were supposed to. Like, there are certain hurdles that they should have been through in their life that they haven't. Like, for example, dudes getting laid. I promise you, the number of dudes that are in the FGC that don't get laid on a regular basis is astronomical. It's absolutely insane. But as I said before, these video games promote it. And me personally, I would love to change the narrative. I would like to be one of the first people that you can visually see that is a normal person that goes to the gym, gets laid, makes a decent income, that knows how to dress, that does all these things and have a normal life and not be a weirdo, right? As I said before, it's like a tug of war, and there's a lot of dudes, and I'm starting to see it. There's a lot of dudes that I talk to on a personal basis that are really trying to get away from that crap, and I am really happy for them. But I know how extremely hard it is, because it took me forever to get out of it. And the problem with me was I got out of it too late. I still got out, but I got out of it too late. It took me till I was like 26, I want to say, till I really start to get him like, look, dude, you're getting older. You're not getting any younger. You're 26 years old. You're getting fat. You're not happy with yourself. You look in the mirror and you instantly want to put clothes on. Your pant sizes are going up and up and up by the year. It's not staying consistent. It's going up, right? You're starting to have heart problems. You're starting to have these problems with your body. You're starting to feel extra sluggish. And I didn't want that, I got tired of like watching other people live the dream that I want to have, and I'm like, well, why would I want to watch them when I can just go do it myself? And I would tell them, don't watch me do it, go do it yourself. If you want to have a decent body, go get it. Don't look at me and say, yeah, he has a good body, and then go back to playing your games. No, go get it. Why not, right? And I will say it, start with what you can. I'm not saying you have to buy a gym membership right now. If all you got to do is like just start changing your diet and go walk, go do that. Or let's say you wanted to start doing some push-ups and some calisthenics, go do that. I'm not going to tell you need to be going crazy in the gym 4 or 5 days a week. No, that's insane. Work your way up and work with what you got, all right? And a lot of people, when it comes down to changing this narrative, the reason why they stay stuck is because they they give themselves excuses. Well, because I used to do that. I used to do that all the time. I used to give myself excuses for everything. Well, I don't have this, so I can't do this. Or I can't go to the gym because I don't have a gym membership, or I don't make enough money, or I can't eat right because I have an addiction to fast food, right? No, not realizing that fast food is way more costly for your body and your finances than actually just buying actual food and going to prep it, right? So we give ourselves excuses, which makes it hard to change the narrative. And then when you have an echo chamber of people that keep telling you, yeah, it's okay, and that's my biggest thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it right now. The biggest thing about this video, if you made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But the biggest thing is these goddamn echo chambers. These echo chambers of people that say it's okay to sit here and wallow in mediocrity. It is not. I'm not asking you to be a top G. I'm not asking you to be one of these fucking red pill guru bullshit. I'm not asking you to do none of that. All I'm saying is, if you really want better, which I know most of you do, just put forth the effort. And even if you don't get the ideal goal that you get, I promise you, you'll be a lot prouder and a lot happier than you are before. These echo chambers of dudes that be like, yeah, it's okay to be fucking weird. No, it's not. It's not okay to be weird like that. It's not okay to sit on your ass and be fat. It's not okay. I don't care if you call me fat phobic. No, I'm not fat phobic. It's just not right. Health shows you that it's not right. If your goal is to get women as a man, that means you would have to be physically appealing, and on top of that, you would have to have some kind of finances. But what these echo chambers tell you is, no, just keep grinding on the video game, you're gonna make it. But how are you gonna make it in a market that's not only super saturated, it's not enough people as it is in the first place? And I mentioned this in on my older videos, but people still don't grasp the concept. I'm like, well, why don't you just hit other facets of life, you know? Instead of putting all your eggs in one basket. It took me a long time to understand that concept, truly understand it, but I understand it now. Don't put your eggs all in one basket. Why would you do that, right? If you know most majority of women don't, for my dudes, because I know most of the dudes that watch this, they don't get laid. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just being real. You don't get laid. Let's keep it a stack. And if you do, I'm not talking about you. If you know most girls have, you know most gamers have a stigma, and most girls understand that stigma that most dudes that play games are fucking weird on some level or another, or that they're physically out of shape, or they just don't have anything going on, they're just losers, then why won't you want to change that? Why would you sit there and agree with an echo chamber that's going to keep you in the same position that you're already in, that you already know that you're dissatisfied with, that you're lonely, you're miserable, so forth and so forth, right? Instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna go get that body I want, I'm going to be multifaceted, I'm going to have other qualities that I can show outside of the video game, right? I'm going to try to be the best person I can be. I'm not saying that you're going to be a multi-millionaire or anything like that. I'm not saying that's impossible. You possibly could. You could probably listen to this video or somebody else and actually become a multi-millionaire. I'm not saying that's impossible. I'm just saying just be better than what you are right now. Right? I promise you that no girl is going to get wet off you saying that I got a Tekken God Omega. No girl cares. None. Not even girls that play video games care. Right? I promise you, when you about to have sex with a girl and you take off your shirt and your stomach hangs over your dick, I promise you that's not turning her on. I promise you it's not. I promise you when you dating a girl and you talking to a girl and you saying that I don't know how to cook, or I just don't know how to do basic necessity things, that that's not appealing. It's just not, right? All I'm saying is, why can't we just simply change the fucking narrative for once? Why do we have to be comfortable with being losers? And you know you don't like it. LTG is an example of a person that has one part of it down. He has the fitness part down, but he doesn't have the other parts down. I'm not just saying physically wise. I'm talking about your whole mentality overall. Just change it. I'm not saying that you can't enjoy your games. I'm not saying that you cannot be esports competitive. I'm not saying that you can't do it as a career. I'm just saying, why don't you want to increase or just make the overall package better, right? That's all I'm saying. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe as I finish up these incline flies. I will be posting more content. I know I'm not consistent with YouTube. I know, I get it. And for all the people who have been showing me love, let me go ahead and shout you out right now. Loveless, Saiyan King, and all the other people who have been donating. I appreciate you so much. I can't think of all the other names on top of my head. This whole thing is just off the cuffs. It's just a big rant. But I appreciate you guys so much. I'll catch you next time, and peace.